Rejection is not failure, it's a learning experience. Exactly. Oh, good. I love that, dude. Adding flavor to my vocab. I love that. I love that. All right, so let's get our next caller on the phone. Magnificent V from Colorado, 24. And let me pull him down so we can ask the question. Hello, Magnificent V. How are you?
Hi, Adriana. How are you?
Oh, yay! We have a female. You identify as a female?
Yes, I do.
Awesome! I'm excited to have the first female caller.
It's so exciting to talk to you. I'm so happy that you're doing this chat right now and we get to ask you questions.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to give answers and just chat with everybody.
Yeah, actually it was kind of a weird question. Me and my boyfriend, well, he's actually with me right now, so we both had a question to ask you. And that is, what are some healthy coping mechanisms for dealing with relationship stress and mental health issues?
Okay, so I would say relationship stress, the number one thing you can do is if you live together and you do a lot of things together, the best thing you can do is to make sure that you separate yourself and find your own lives, right? So when you get in a relationship, you tend to just turn everything into one and you become one instead of two people and dating each other. So I think it'd be good if you to just get to release some of your relationship stress that you have is to have one night where you not go out, but one night where you do something different, and one night where he does something different. Like for instance, like I keep saying like rock climbing, but like picking up a picking up hobbies is so good for you. So I would say you going to pick up a hobby where you leave the house and he has free time at home alone while you're doing your hobby can relieve a lot of stress and tension. And then also you're going to come home happy because you did something exciting, different, and new. And then vice versa. He can go do his own hobby and you can have the house to yourself to where you can take a bath or do whatever you want. And he'll come home feeling recharged and happy. And then I also think that whenever you have like mental health issues or anything like you want to talk about when it comes to mental health stuff, I really like to push emails because I think when it comes to emails, you can't have that back and forth negative argumentation. So you can have that time to express your feelings in an email and then they can write their feelings back and you have time to process it. Or one of my other tactics that I really love to do is I like to, what I used to do with my ex, a few of my exes actually, is we would get in the car, we wouldn't drive, and we'd say, okay, the fight that we were about to have or the mental things that we were about to talk about because one time I had an eating disorder that was really bad for my relationship, right? And he was like, if it's a problem for you, it's a problem for me. And I freaked the fuck out on him. So we decided, hey, let's get in our car and let's decide the car is the communication spot, right? So instead of yelling or getting a beat in our conversation, we're gonna use it as just a tool to talk to each other about our feelings, our emotions, and things that are going wrong or right. And then if it gets too heated, you guys have to make a promise to each other. If it gets too heated, you are allowed to step out of the car and then you both leave it in the car. So even if you were like about to yell at each other, as soon as you get out of the car, you have to just remember you're adults, drop it and act like you know, go back to your normal day and you can still go cuddle on the couch and stuff like that and be friends with him afterwards. And then I think also for mental health in a relationship, having a shared, first of all, having your own like notepad where you write your own feelings down and him having his own where he writes his feelings down is great. But having a shared book where you guys can write down your feelings on different days together that you can kind of read or not read if you want of each other's is so nice. And you can also write in that notebook your feelings together because then you're sitting down and you're also processing it. So those, like, all the things I just told you are just different ways to figure out how to process these things and which way is going to work best for you guys and your relationship.
Yeah, I really love that because, communication is obviously a big part of your relationship. And, nowadays it's just always with texting and just, doing it the easy way. But I also was going to say that maybe it would be a nice way to maybe do it on paper, like sending like letters, the old fashioned way. I guess
Yes.
like because I'm very old fashioned and I love that type of old fashioned love. So I was thinking maybe sending like cute little letters now and then would be really nice. Like when me and my boyfriend do move in together, because right now we're in the process of just trying to like have that living life where we can just have our own adult um
Space.
pretty much, yeah, our adult life together. And I was hoping that how can we can keep that connection really strong, because we're going to be seeing each other every day. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was concerned, or I was actually concerned if maybe what would you recommend for for since you've been in a 10-year relationship. My boyfriend and I have been in a relationship for 8 years, and we were just wondering what have you learned from your relationship, because I don't know if you've lived together or learned some tips when living with your spouse,
Mm-hmm.
just like those type of questions I was concerned about, just to keep it very exciting.
Yeah, so I had so obviously we lived together, and like I said, we made sure to plan days where we had separate times in the house. And another thing that we did is um remember to compliment the good things. And if that's writing a sticky note, like if your boyfriend does the dishes, even if he does them every day, but you're in a good mood, write a sticky note next to where he does the dishes that just says like, "Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you for that." So I think one of the most important things when you live together is to remember to still give somebody the gratification and the acknowledgement for doing something good, because we normally fall into being so comfortable that we forget to remember the good things and to compliment the good things. And it's so easy to see the negative because happiness is hard, because you just expect it. So being negative is easy because it's something that's just like, you people tend to lead to. So by leaving like sticky notes around the house that just reminds each other like, "Hey, thank you so much for this," whether it's just putting toilet paper on the toilet paper roll, like, "Hey, thank you for
Yeah.
changing the toilet paper." And then also, I think that, and this is like, some people disagree with me on this, but I think that it's okay to write down all the positive things your boyfriend did for you during the week and all the negative things you felt, but not in a threatening way. So you can be like, "Babe, I really love the fact that you washed the dishes. I really love the fact that you bought the groceries. I really love the fact that you cooked breakfast this week. I didn't like the fact that you didn't ask me how my day was after work, and I would love if you did more of that. I wish you could have cleaned up your towels a little bit more." So by having those like things I love and things that I think we could work on together in list form is also, I think, a very good tool, because it's like kind of like evaluating your relationships and working on the positives and the negatives as you go along rather than letting them build up.
Yeah, like you're just like moving them away, like to continue.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of the times in a relationship when you live together, what happens when you live together is it builds up. So like my ex used to fucking leave